Hello and welcome to episode 397 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day for the last 397 days in a row now, I've provided you with a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. If you're new around here, well, where you been, man? 396 other episodes. If this is the first time you're listening to me, welcome. My name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell for a living. I do it in two parts. You have to have a clear sales message. First of all, people are going to understand what you're trying to sell to them. And secondly, you need selling confidence, the ability to be relaxed and comfortable and confident in a selling situation. On this podcast, I share actionable, very quick, short, practical insights and stories and all sorts of things that are designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. I think I've already said that. Anyway, let's get into the episode today as I check my notes. 397. The word convincing. I hate the word convincing because in sales and selling, I don't think you should be convincing anybody of anything, because to convince, in my mind, it feels like I'm taking control away from your thought process. I'm going to convince you, so I'm going to take your thought process away of X over Y. Convincing feels like I'm taking control away from you. And as a buyer, you have to be in control. You have to feel like you're in control too. I much prefer compelling. So compelling versus convincing, and this isn't just splitting hairs and semantics. Compelling versus convincing. To be compelling, you need a great product or a service, great examples of previous work and reviews and case studies and testimonials. You need to be well presented, easy to deal with, extremely prepared, so you can answer all the questions that your buyer may have. You're demonstrating confidence, certainty, and expertise. That is how you become compelling. You have a great product or service. You have tons of proof that it works. You have a quiet, relaxed confidence about you to say, yeah, I can solve the problem that you're facing. You can even articulate and identify and describe the problem that you solve, and even maybe given it a name. You've got diagrams, how you do stuff. That is what we should be doing as salespeople, making a great job of communication. So the buyer then just convinces, with quotation figures, convinces themselves. So I shouldn't have to convince you. Everything else I'm doing should help you make up your mind. So I'm a huge advocate for compelling rather than convincing. Be so good at what you do and so practiced and well thought out what you do that when people come into your orbit, that it's like, it's a no-brainer. We're going to pick James. There we go. And I saw this firsthand when I started to collect LinkedIn recommendations. At the time of writing, at the time of recording, I've got over 500 LinkedIn recommendations, and I'm a single person business. I spent years accumulating as many LinkedIn recommendations as I could, because I realized that in particular, as well as tight processes and being really well researched and thought out and all the stuff I'm doing, having that amount of social proof is compelling. I don't need to convince people I'm good at what I do. I can simply say, you can make your mind up. Here is the proof. Even in this podcast, you can listen to me talk badly and unedited 397 times, whatever on now. You can hear it, and then you can decide if you like me, if you think I know what I'm talking about, and if what I'm talking about is actually any good, you're going to learn anything. And if you think so, great, come on back. We can do business. That'd be great. If not, that's okay too. But everything I'm doing is for you to, with quotation figures, convince yourself that you want to buy from me, not me having to convince you and exert force on you and take that kind of control away from you. So that was a really long-winded, round the houses way of saying, don't convince people. It doesn't work. Put your efforts into compelling people by having a great offering, lots of proof, being super professional in all that you do, and exuding the three things your buyers want, which are confidence, certainty, and expertise. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. As I check my notes, tomorrow, 398. We're going to be talking about the number one sales skill you could possibly develop. And I hate clickbaity titles like that, but I have to tease you to get you come out, because if I tell you what it is now, you're not going to listen to the episode. This is the number one sales skill that you need to develop. We'll cover that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if it is your first time here, hope you enjoyed it, first of all, but please hit the like, subscribe button, share with somebody you think might find useful, and of course, check out 300 other preceding episodes of the podcast. Lots of actionable free advice there that's probably of great value to you. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another, hopefully shorter edition of the Daily Sales Message.